Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Health Talk with Pamela and I am your girl Pamela. As you can see if you've watched any of my videos before, we do have a change of venue today, okay? Usually I'm in my kitchen. That's the place I like to be. But today I'm in front of this beautiful wooden wall. The lighting in the kitchen was weird. My hair was going blurry. My face was going blurry. It just wasn't working today, folks. So here we are, my wooden wall. I do have notes in front of me today because I tried filming this video probably 3 times and I had to keep redoing it because I just ramble and ramble and ramble and ramble and the video ended up being like 40 minutes. So I have notes to keep me on track. So if you see me look down a little bit, that's why. I don't want to keep you here all day. You got things to do. You're busy. I ain't gonna do that to you. I'm gonna cut it up into bite-sized pieces so you don't choke. I was able to maintain my weight loss since 2018. So it's 2021 now, and I weigh the same, give or take like 2 or 3 pounds. And I am more proud of that than really I am of losing the weight. I think maintaining weight is the true struggle. I created balance and I educated myself and I learned and I experimented with what makes me feel the best. So although these tips helped me, these can just be a starting point for you or something for you to think about. And don't get me wrong, I have jumped on the bandwagon for fad diets so many times, but thankfully something clicked and I just decided I wasn't doing it anymore. It's too exhausting. It was taking up all my mind space and I got other things that I should think about. I am a badass woman and I want to do other things other than obsess over carbs and obsess over exercise. I have tried keto and paleo and like bodybuilding diet style eating, like rice and chicken and broccoli every day. I've tried low fat, high protein, intermittent fasting, the cabbage soup diet, the lemon water diet, detox teas, waist trainers, you name it. I have probably done it. But those days are over. No, no, no. We don't need to do any of that. You want to know why? Because I did that shit. I lost weight and then I gained it all back. Just remember that these tips I'm giving you are from personal experience. I am not a doctor, so before you jump into anything that you're not used to, make sure you get advice from your doctor so that you don't hurt yourself, make yourself sick. So when it came time to me wanting to lose fat, it was January of 2018. I immediately started researching and educating myself on nutrition and basically the body and how it works and what it needs. And at that time, I was at my highest weight, which again, I'm gonna say numbers, so if it bothers you, please don't listen to this video. But at that time, I was 160, which is pretty high for my body. And I recognize that is not a high number for a lot of people. I, for reference, am between 5'3" and 5'4", and my body has always been comfortable around 140. That's my happy zone. It's the easiest for me to maintain. It's where I feel the fittest, the healthiest, and I can eat in a way that I don't feel restricted. Again, if you're weighing 160 or even if you're higher than that, trying to shoot for 160, that's totally fine. I'm not saying 160 is big. I was just saying 160 is heavy on my body. I just want to make that clear. I don't want to make anyone feel like they need to be a certain size or that my size is right or my size is too big, too small. I don't care. I'm happy with my size. So this first thing, let's just get on into it. I've been rambling long enough. Like I said, I had to write things down because I just keep rambling. Number one, and I think it is the most important thing that I changed about my eating habits for fat loss, I started counting macros. So macronutrients are protein, carbohydrates, and fat. So I started researching what macronutrients are, what they do, how each of them are important for the body. And I started watching other YouTubers talk about counting their macros, tracking their macros, and how much success they had with it, and how easy it was to maintain that style of eating. With macro counting, you don't have to cut out any food groups. You do not have to cut out carbs or fat or protein because macro counting isn't focused on that. Macro counting is more focused on eating in a certain range, more about the quantity of what you're eating. But it is super flexible because you're not cutting anything out. It's a very flexible way of eating, and it taught me a lot about what my body needs I am going to be doing a video on how I got my macro numbers for fat loss in the next video. So if you are interested in seeing how that works, how I got my numbers, make sure to watch that video. It'll be very helpful for you if that's how you want to proceed with your journey. You can use macro counting to lose fat, but you can also use macro counting to maintain weight or put on weight or gain muscle. It is not only a fat loss tool. So again, I will go into that in the next video, but that is the number one thing that helped me lose fat, was macro counting. One of the things that I used with macro counting was I used a food scale. You do not have to buy a food scale. It is totally up to you. I bought one so that I could accurately weigh my food, and it gave me a better understanding of food sizes and serving sizes and things like that. It was very educational for me. I still have my scale, but I rarely ever use it. Okay, so the next tip I have in what I did to lose the 20 pounds in 4 months. I started meal prepping and I planned out my meals. The meal prepping was a nice addition to my lifestyle because it saved me time throughout the week. It saved me the energy of thinking about what I was going to eat each day. I just created Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday meals all at once, had them in containers waiting for me in the fridge, and when it was time to eat that meal, I'd pull it out of the fridge or take it to work with me, and it would be ready for me. I didn't have to think about it. And if you are tracking your macros and you have those meals ready and you're eating the same thing for a couple of days, it's very, very quick and easy to track because it's the same exact thing. And with the planning of the meals, that was in addition to the meal prepping, and it helped keep me organized in grocery shopping, and it helped me budget a little bit better because I wasn't just buying this, buying that, buying this, buying that. I had structure. It just made life easier. Both of these things helped me stay consistent. Next, I cut back on alcohol and I cut back on fast food. This one's going to be pretty quick, but fast food, I didn't eat it that often. I got into the habit of picking up small things from fast food restaurants throughout the week when I was just in a hurry. And those calories add up over time, and the ingredients in fast food are not the best. In addition to that, if you are getting fast food and you're trying to lose fat, be careful because a lot of the foods that are marketed as healthy with fast food are not healthy, especially things like salad. A lot of the salads at fast food restaurants have really high fat dressings. Don't go out of your way to get a bunch of salads at fast food restaurants throughout the week. It's probably not helping. So the next thing I did was I drank more smoothies and I ate more salads. I am a salad gal. I love salads. I always have. But during that time, I made an effort to eat a big salad every day. It was a very easy way for me to get my micronutrients in for the day. And with smoothies, I post smoothie recipes on my YouTube channel all the time. Those smoothie recipes are the recipes that I used when I was drinking smoothies throughout my macro counting journey. They're high in protein, they're high in nutrients, high in superfoods a lot of the times, and they are phenomenal. They're some of my favorites. So I incorporated more smoothies and more salads in order to get more nutrients into my life. Next, I replaced any drinks that I had calories in with sparkling water or lemon water. Not that I ever drank a whole lot of soda, but I would drink things like energy drinks, not the zero energy drinks, just regular energy drinks. Sparkling water, I don't know why it helps, it just does. Especially maybe if you are a soda drinker and you're trying to cut back. Next, I found ways to have my favorite recipes in a modified way. Although I still eat burgers with a bun, I started at that time using like lettuce buns or using lettuce as a wrap for a taco. Or instead of pasta with the noodle, I would do zoodle, so zucchini noodles. I would use spaghetti squash for spaghetti. And now I actually prefer some of those things. For example, like burgers, I prefer the lettuce wrap now instead of the bun. I feel like the bread isn't what I wanted in the first place. I really like the crunch of the lettuce. So you might find that you like these healthier versions and you don't know it. You just haven't had them. You don't know it. So I started experimenting with my food and experimenting with new vegetables and fruits, especially like I said in the salads and smoothies. I got really creative with it and it became fun, and now they're some of my favorite foods to have. I'm still eating salads all the time. I still have smoothies throughout the week. Those are habits that I took with me and that have helped me maintain that fat loss. So the next thing I did in order to lose 20 pounds in 4 months is I started lifting weights and I started doing HIIT training. So HIIT training is high intensity interval training. It is a form of cardio. However, it is not like getting on the treadmill or the elliptical or the bike and just doing a slow pace for an hour. It is not like that. That's great. If you like that, do that. But for me, my body reacts really well to HIIT training. So it would be like sprinting, walking, sprinting, walking, sprinting, walking. That's my favorite form of HIIT. It's usually like a treadmill workout. Sometimes I'll do it on the bike, sometimes I'll do it on the stair climber, but HIIT training definitely helped. You can Google different HIIT exercises and you'll find a ton of results. I feel like for my body, weightlifting really transforms my body composition, so it changes the way my body looks. It did help me lose fat and lose weight, but it's what changed my body the most. HIIT and weight training. And now when I'm wanting to shape up my body a little bit, I hit the weight section. I know that that's how my body reacts. You have to experiment. Experiment with exercise. If you're someone that does one exercise all the time and nothing's really happening, try something else. You will find something that works for you. And finally, I was vocal about my goals. I didn't know how much weight I actually wanted to lose. I just knew that my body was comfortable in the 135 to 145 range. I knew I wanted to be in that comfortable range. I didn't want to go too far to where I couldn't maintain it in a healthy way. So I talked to my sister about it. I talked to my husband about it. He was my boyfriend at the time, and I shared it on social media. I kept myself accountable by sharing my experience. That was just something that helped me because I am someone who, when I want to get something done, I will get it done. And if someone knows that I'm wanting to get it done or someone knows I'm trying to reach a goal, then I have to stay accountable so that I don't look like a failure to them. Those are my own issues. But having other people there also to cheer me on and know that I have a goal I'm wanting to reach and have that support and that encouragement, it was very helpful for me. So in the next 2 videos, I will be putting out tutorials on how to use MyFitnessPal, which is the app I use to track my macros. And then I will put out a tutorial showing you how I got my macros for fat loss. So if you are interested in seeing those, make sure that you look out for those videos. They'll be pretty short, so they won't take up too much of your time, and they'll be pretty basic. But I hope you liked the video today. I hope it was helpful. I'm happy to have shared my experience with you, hoping it will be helpful for you and your journey. And if you want to see more content like this, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. And hopefully I'll be back in my kitchen because that's my happy place. Bye!